out of the Oklahoma. This airplane with a 250-pound bomb between the wheel wells as it came down on the forehead of the Arizona. That bomb went through the top deck, through the second into the third deck, and exploded in the forward magazine. She took over 1,100 American sailors to a watery grave. They sleep there today. Listen to the sounds of war. Feel the concussion of the bomb. Look at the servicemen fighting against the invading forces, laying, dying on the battlefield. We're on the United States Army base in General Walter Short has ordered all of his aircraft out of their revetments. He knew that with what was going on in the rest of the world, that he was probably going to have saboteurs trying to blow up his airplane. He wanted them out on the ramp at Hickam Field so that they could protect them. A young serviceman walking the line with nothing more than a 45 caliber pistol. He said, "Kid, the invading forces were so close, I could see the whites of their eyes as they came in and exploded all of the airplanes and hit them." Up above us, we see a P-40 Warhawk on the right side of the field. Lieutenant Taylor and George Wells managed to get out to Iowa. They got their P-40s loaded up, fueled up, and into the air. Between the two of them, they shot down 5 of the invading forces on that December the 7th morning, 1941. Imagine yourself, you're a young 18-year-old serviceman. You've gone on your ship, or you've gone to your quartermaster. You've tried to get guns and ammunition to fight against the invading forces. Many of them were locked up. Many of them had not been trained to operate this equipment. And yet on December the 7th, they were forcibly thrown into the maelstrom. They had to fight for their very lives. He had to have a weapon that would run shallow in the waters of Pearl. This torpedo underneath the Nakajima B-5NK had been in development for over a year, but it was only 30 days in advance of the invasion that they were able to perfect it so that it would run shallow in the waters at Pearl Harbor. It was across the top of the submarine nets on that December the 7th morning, 1941. Listen to the sounds of war. Feel the concussion of the bomb as it explodes underneath your feet. Listen to our President Franklin Delano Roosevelt as he goes before Congress the next morning.
1941. A date which will live in infamy. The United States of America was suddenly and deliberately attacked by naval and air forces of the Empire of Japan. The attack yesterday on the Hawaiian Islands has caused severe damage to American naval and military forces. I would like to tell you that very many American lives have been lost. With confidence in our armed forces, with the unbounding determination of our people, we will gain the inevitable triumph, so help us God.
And ladies and gentlemen, I'm here to tell you that America did gain that inevitable triumph. It was over 4.5 long years later. Admiral Yamamoto went before the Japanese people and he said, I fear we have done nothing more than to awaken a sleeping giant and fill him with a great resolve. That resolve was the heart and soul of America. For over the next 4.5 years, Americans just like you went to war. And rubber and gasoline, and they started building the great airplane fleet and the ships and the tanks and all of the other things that America's young men and women needed to fight against the Axis powers that started on that December the 7th, 1941. Whether it was World War I, or II, or Korea, or Vietnam, or Panama, or the Persian Gulf, and yes, now in Afghanistan, it's the young men and women of America wearing our uniform, flying our flag into battle that allows us to be